The opposition leader says politics is trench warfare, and shortly I'll be talking to one of the combatants, Greens leader Bob Brown. Tony Abbott's out to prove his thesis in hand-to-hand combat with the Prime Minister over her proposed carbon tax. Every day he parades a fresh tax horror, while Julia Gillard blitzes the airwaves selling her carbon-cutting sketch. And she's finding it plays better in some venues than others.
Polluters.
How much will it take out of people's pockets?
Well,
we're playing politics.
No, we're not. Neil, I'm answering your question. Can I say something, Neil? Well, that's a fact, Neil.
Yeah, I'm no good, OK.
Neil,
I don't care, Prime Minister, to be frank. We all pay.
Correct, Neil. There we go.
Well, let's call it a draw. Across town, Tony Abbott's ritual carbon tax throttling was performed at a printer's where he found a kindred spirit.
Oh, really? Okay. No, that's all right, mate. Now, we politicians rarely come to things with clean hands, as you can imagine.
Today's recital was a variation on a familiar drumbeat.
Everything you buy, which is printed, the price goes up and up.
Julia Gillard's convinced that the opposition leader has made 3 tactical errors that will tell in time. His campaign began at a screaming pitch, so he can't turn up the volume as the debate wears on. He's locked into repealing any tax cuts that might come with the carbon price, and he's recruited a base of climate change sceptics, which means that every so often he has to make concessions like this.
Whether carbon dioxide is quite the environmental villain that some people make it out to be is not yet proven.
He should stand before the Australian people and admit that he is a climate change denier.
We know that she is trying to allude to the Holocaust. It is offensive and it must stop.
But the government has a few chinks in its own case, like arguing that the coalition can't base a tax on a hypothetical carbon price.
We will keep staring his fear campaign down,
while accusing it of stealing hypothetical tax cuts.
If he is elected and we have provided tax cuts, he will take those tax cuts away.
If she's accusing us of inventing a carbon price, she should stop inventing tax cuts, which don't exist.
But the really big problem is still this.
I did say before the last election that there would be no carbon tax. I did. And I've walked away from that. Absolutely right.